Hello and welcome to the 81st session of Talk to the Expert series organized by the Spectrum Autism team. Hi, my name is Shivali and I shall be your host for the evening. We are a parent support group which is committed to create awareness about the role of the community when it comes to raising children with special needs and supporting their families. So before we start today's talk, on behalf of the entire team, I would like to thank you all for supporting this initiative. And for those who have joined us recently, would like to share an audio visual with all of you about this group. So just bear with me for a while. So this was about what we do as a group, what we represent. And this is a sort of a very favorite slide of the entire team. And this is what we want to share with all of you. I'll read it in Hindi. आइए विशिष्टताओं को अपनाएं. The Spectrum Autism एक पहल है ऑटिज्म के बारे में जागरूकता और संवेदनशीलता को हर उस दिल तक पहुंचाने की जो मानवीय संवेदनाओं से धड़कता है. रास्ता मुश्किल सही पर आपका साथ और प्रोत्साहन हमें हमारी मंजिल की ओर चलने को प्रेरित करता रहेगा. So this is what we believe in as a team together. And hi, welcome to everybody who has joined us now. We are a parent support group, as the audio visual shared with you just now. The theme for us this year is empowering parents. And in that league, we bring to you a senior mentor parent, Miss Alka Baghdadi. Mother to a handsome young man, Sahil, who loves painting. She believes that a mother can bring a huge improvement in her child if she's supported with adequate resources. A former journalist who underwent training in autism from KPMRC Bangalore, Alka ma'am has supported children with special needs as a shadow teacher, and she's currently associated with an NGO where she not only supports the children, but also mentors their parents. She once shared with us, and I quote, I fought and negated, but autism was in our life as a companion. It is here to stay. Sahil has taught me patience and that it is okay to be different. The moment acceptance graced, our world opened to opportunities. Life hasn't been easy for him or us, yet we celebrate simple pleasures, doing things which make us happy. They, the children with autism, have taught so much value and have so much love to give. They deserve to be celebrated every day. And on this profound note, let me invite Alka ma'am to this talk. Hi, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Shivali.
How are you, ma'am?
Thanks for inviting me for this talk.
It's a pleasure, and we're actually very fortunate, like I was telling you before we just went on live. In my dreams, I had once thought that I should invite you on this platform because you've been a very senior parent who has been supporting this initiative and this journey for many, many parents. So, ma'am, a lot of us and a lot of people like me would like to know about your journey, how it started and as a parent and how it has been for you.
Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm Alka Baghdadi. My son Sahil is now 31, and he is on the spectrum, and he is a wonderful, loving person. He's a very good artist, and he attends a sheltered workshop, which he enjoys, and has made lots of friends over there. My journey started in 1994. Yeah. Sahil was attending a play school, and in that play school, one of the teacher, like, he learned a lot of things, like the nursery rhymes and all the things that are taught in a nursery. But what the teacher in that nursery observed was that he was among the children, but he was not with them. Interacting, playing, and though he was quite verbal at that time, he would sing the nursery rhymes along with the teacher. And this particular nursery was in the home of this girl who was run. She was a school teacher, and she used to run it from her house. So there were times when he would be in the kitchen and listening to what the teacher was teaching the other. And,
Okay. I think our video has got stuck. Alka ma'am, hi. Are you there
Sorry.
with us? No worries.
Yeah, I have a lot of people now asking me for the link.
I will tell them I'm sharing right now. I'll share it.
Okay.
Carry on, please.
And she was one of the school teachers who observed him, that though he knew everything where the teaching was concerned, but he really was somewhere not like what she observed about the other children. And he made quite a number of friends, sort of, just to say friends. But those parents became my very good friends, because they saw that he was way beyond what their children were doing, like doing puzzles and actually the things what the children, toddlers do. And I was very happy about it. Wow, that he's doing so much, and I was so happy about it. And he was around around 1.5 years. Yeah, just I think not even 2 years. And he was writing on the walls the numbers and the alphabets. And I was wondering, and we had no clue. Like we thought that he was such a genius, and wow, he's doing so much. And we sort of really were overboard with all that was happening, and we told these teachers also that this is what is happening, and she was also very excited about it, thinking that she can do quite a bit about more than what could, maybe taking it forward, sort of. But that didn't last for too long, and by then when he was around he completed 2 years. We put him in actual regular, proper play school type nursery, and there he learned a lot of self-help skills, of eating, using the washroom, and that was a very good place that we got. But after 3-4 months, the teachers told us that he doesn't respond to his name. That was what we were told. And they said that though he's so good, and we are so surprised to see that he's doing so many blocks and so many of those puzzles, and but he really he doesn't seem to be quite lost or something, this. And we had no clue what they were talking. And they said that he have some hearing issues, so why don't you get some hearing tests done? And we said okay, and we didn't do anything much about it. And meanwhile, what had happened that time, there were it was in 93.
So,
The riots had happened in Mumbai,
and I think a lot of people are calling her on her phone, checking when is the session going live. So yeah, you're back, ma'am. We lost you for a moment, but you're back now.
Oh, okay, okay. So this was that school when they told us about this not responding.
Okay, so I think we're facing some bandwidth issues also. Uh, I would request all the
I'm
parents who
getting
are
a lot
Alka
of
ma'am, you
how
have
do
such
I
huge fan following, I tell you. You have huge fan following and people are calling you when is the session going live. Yeah. So yeah, please carry on. Please
can you
carry
hear
on.
me?
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
Shivali, I can't hear you. Okay, okay. Yeah. And so we didn't do anything about his hearing at that time, thinking that maybe she just have things because he would respond to whenever we spoke, would talk to him or ask him or call out to him. But during that time, what happened? There were riots in Mumbai, way back in '93, and my husband and we decided to, keep him with my parents in Goa, and we kept him there. And my brother is a doctor, and I told him in between what happened in school, and he said, "I don't think anything. There's nothing different about it. He's quite a regular child, like a regular child." But he was there with them for 4 5 months. In that, my brother did notice quite a lot of things, and he didn't know what it was, but he said, "Yes, it's nothing to do with hearing, but you can still go about doing this hearing test." And when we came to back to Mumbai, we went about doing this hearing and a lot of tests, but nobody was able to tell us anything. And we were like very happy, okay, kuch nahi hai, so it's okay with us, right? But when I took him to my pediatrician and I just mentioned to him, Sahil is doing something like this. And he asked me, does he flap his hands? I said, of course, yes. Does he toe walk? I said, yes. Okay. Then I told him when he respond to his name, he come. If I say I'm going away, he'll come immediately running. Okay. Then does he spin objects? I said, yes. So I was wondering why is he asking? And then he said, don't worry, I'll give you a reference of a doctor and you go and meet him. And this particular doctor, that today I know that he is not available even for a year or 6 months, but that time just one call and he said, okay, you can just come in. And we went to this particular and he asked us what all he does. And he and by then Sahil was losing his speech, a little bit. It was a lot of on echolalia, like repetition of things. So that time doctor asked him, "Hey, what's your name?" So he repeated the same thing. What's your name? So he said, do you want to do blocks? So he said the same thing. And then the doctor just smiled and said, okay. He said, do one thing. I'll give you, go to our library and you just read these 2 pages and whatever you feel is there, you take it out. And you come after if you're convinced. And after reading it, I was convinced all that was happening. I just ticked it. Yes, yes, yes. I didn't want to miss out on anything. And when we went back to him, so he said, okay, so you're convinced what this is all is happening to him. I said, yes, I am. So he said, okay, I'll have to tell you what it is. So he said, this is autism. So we thought, ऐसे ही कुछ होगा autism, सबको एक headache आता है or something, I really had no clue what it was. And so that's when he said it's a lifelong disability. There is no cure on this, but definitely training the child earlier, you train this child, you will see a better result in the child. So when he said all these things like a disability and all that, like it really made me so numb that for 2 seconds I was like, I felt, I just can't, tell you in words what actually I went through that time. And I came home and just days passed. I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, but then, my brother-in-law, my husband's brother, he's also a journalist, and I told him about Sahil to him. So he said, I've got a friend who's coming from England, and he's a psychologist, and maybe he'll help you. So we met him. So he gave me one book called Why Chris Does This. And I read that book, and that whole night I must have cried so much. This is what actually is happening to Sahil. But at that time we had nowhere to go. Like we didn't know whether it was our only child was going through this, or there were other parents who were going through. There were other people around. We didn't know anything about it because it was way back in '94. And then after that, we sort of I gathered myself and I said, no, I'll do something about this thing. And one day my husband said, see, in the Times of India, there's one article which is something similar to what Sahil is going through. And in that, they had interviewed a few people. And one of the parents that who's very close to me today also, I contacted her. And she had gone for her son's training to same place where I later went to Bangalore. And her, I met her mother-in-law because she was not going to be there for about 6 months. And then her mother-in-law, also a doctor, she was the only thing that she told me going, after seeing my son and after seeing her grandson, she said that these children will be loners. So I was wondering why is she saying this? Like they won't know how to make friends. They lack in social skills. And I waited, and meanwhile, I was doing speech therapy, anything. I really don't know what I was doing. If somebody told me speech therapy karna hai, I was to take. I didn't know what they were doing. Somebody told me occupational therapy karna hai, I was going there. So it really was not like there was nothing that I was taking a proper path in saying that this is what this is where. But once this parent who came from I met her, she was a real driving force. She was so about uh, what we can do with our children. And that's when I asked her what was this training all about, and she told me that if you would like to go, you can. It's a like at least you will get to know what you can do because this particular parent is also a master in social work and she's also a special educator, so she knew much better than what I knew at that time. So I really followed what she said, and then I went to Bangalore to do this particular training. Really, really opened my eyes, and I was I met so many people, and I then at that time I realized that I'm not the only one. There are people in this, and there is with lot of training because whatever they have trained us, I really use it and then I told my husband I'm quitting my job now because it requires so much of giving those deadlines and all, which I was not going to be able to do it with my sons.
Right. Ma'am, are you able to hear me now? Can you hear me? You can't hear me at all? Okay. I would request you to just join back again because I think because of the phone, the voice also is not reaching very clearly.
I can't hear.
Okay, then I'll post my question in the chat. Okay, so I have requested Alka ma'am to join again. Are you able to hear me at all or not? You can't hear me because there was a phone there was a call on your phone, therefore you could not join. You could not hear me clearly. So I would request you to join again if you're not able to hear me at all. You're not able to hear. Please join again.
Log out.
Log out and join again. Yeah. So until the time that ma'am is going to
So I
join.
leave.
You join again. Yeah. So this is what happens in the technology world. When you're joining a meeting on Zoom using your phone, a lot of times when the phone comes, so your voice gets disconnected. So we are trying to make sure that Alka ma'am joins back quickly. All right, so sorry for the technical glitches. In the meantime, let me give you a brief about what all is happening on our platform. The month of May is about creating awareness towards mental health and emotional well-being. And in that process, we have created a campaign where we invite all of you to share your mental health or mindfulness mantra with us.
Can't hear you.
Okay. We're trying to get the guest back. All right. So until the time that she comes back, here is one more thing that I have to share with you. As a community, we are trying to reach to 1 million hearts who have taken a pledge for inclusion. We have connected to almost over 2,000 people, and we are making an appeal to all of you, those who are watching us today, to take the pledge of inclusion. The link is there on our page, on our group. You can take a look at that and take the pledge, share it with us. I would again try to request my guest to leave and join again. Ma'am, can you please leave and join again? Exit and join again. Check the chat. Please join again. Okay. I hope she gets my cue. I have written to her to join again. And if she does, we would be able to have this conversation going. Okay. So there is one more thing that I have to give you a brief about. Tomorrow being Mother's Day, we have collaborated with the Narichur Wellness Hub for a workout session exclusively for mothers. The post is already there. You can take a look at it. In case if you're keen to join us tomorrow 7 o'clock on the link which is given. And there is one more thing. Today is Manvi Chauhan's birthday. So all those who are watching here this session with us, we're waiting for Alka ma'am to join, leave and join again. So we will probably have to redo this session sometime. But let's please join us in wishing Manvi a very, very happy birthday. She's a youngster who loves to talk about environment, and she loves to paint and draw. And the last message that I have to share with all of you today here is that tomorrow we are doing a session with the parents of the co-authors of the book Talking Fingers. This session would be tomorrow 4 p.m. So please do join us for that. And give me a minute. I will be back after bringing my guest on board again. We'll be joining you again. Thank you so much for joining us, and stay tuned.